3 dietary approaches you can follow to reach your goals faster and match your nutrition with your personality and your training. Number 1 is going to be the blitz approach. So with the blitz approach, you're going to put yourself in a larger calorie deficit. It's going to be something like 30, even upwards of 40% calorie deficit away from your maintenance. And what this is going to do is that you're going to follow this for a short period of time, only a couple weeks. This is kind of like your last minute cut. Maybe you have a wedding, a trip to the beach, something that kind of came up last minute. This is going to be that short, quick approach. So that's one of the pros. Second pro is that it can be very motivating depending on your personality type again. This is something that you can follow to see quick results. And the real pro here is that it's short, sweet, to the point. You get in, you get out. Some of the cons here are going to be that it can potentially lead to higher cortisol levels in some people, especially if you try to follow this for too long. Again, this is a short, sweet approach here. It's not going to be the best if you have like a large amount of weight to lose. Like I said previously, you only want to follow this for a short period of time. This is like a quick sprint weight loss strategy. And then the third thing that's going to be like a con here is going to be that it can lead to binge eating at the end, if that's something you're prone to, if that's something that is kind of part of your personality type, this is probably not going to be the best approach for you. But really, what that's going to be for this approach is just for those with a little bit of amount to lose or something quick last minute. Approach number 2 is going to be the marathon approach. It's going to be slow and steady. So you'll be at a much, much, much smaller deficit, probably 10, 15, maybe 20% at the high end. You're going to follow this for a longer duration, something like 8 to 12 weeks. So this, again, is a completely different personality type than the blitz approach there. You'll have more room for tinkering, more room for playing with things. You'll be able to fit training in around this more. During that blitz approach, your training is going to suffer no matter what. So if you have performance goals, if you have an event coming up, and that is not going to be the way to go. Another pro of this is that there's going to be less negative effects coming off the back end of it and during it. Again, you'll be in a much smaller deficit, albeit for a longer period of time. But that smaller deficit is going to leave you room to tinker, room to change things up, try different strategies inside of that. Some of the negatives are going to be that it's mentally uh, challenging to stick with it for that long. This is kind of more like your bodybuilding approach. You're going to go 8, 10, 12, even 16 weeks, a long-term diet, a long-term approach here. And if the small deficit that you were in becomes too large, you can start seeing some really negative health effects, slowing down your metabolism, metabolic adaptations, things of that nature. Again, that really comes into effect if we're talking about actual bodybuilders here. And then your third approach is going to be the interval approach. So that's when we're actually going to kind of combine the two of these. Is going to be variable here. So basically, you're going to alternate periods. Let's just say 3 weeks. For 3 weeks, you'll be in a deficit. For 1 week, you will be at maintenance or maybe slightly above maintenance. And then we're going to meet in the middle. We'll be at about 20, 25% during that time period. So you can kind of vary your eating style as you go through the different phases. So maybe the first 3 weeks you follow some carb cycling. The second 3 weeks you follow intermittent fasting. You can kind of give yourself some variability, try different things, see what sticks for you for a long time. This is going to be your easiest mentally because, like I said, it's going to combine the two. You're going to see those rapid changes, but you're also going to get those breaks in the middle. It allows lots of variety and much fewer chances for health issues because when you give yourself the ability to take those breaks, it's going to reboost your metabolism, restabilize your hormones, things of that nature. Um, the negative effects really are going to be, again, mindset related. It's kind of most of the negative effects here. If you cannot control, have tendencies to binge eat, eating disordered eating, anything of that nature, that that up week. So say you're eating, I'm just making this up, 2,000 calories. When you're then eating 2,500 calories for that 1 week, you need to make sure that you're still, maybe you need to track 100%, but make sure that you're not making that a free for all in that up week. You still need to stay on point, still eating clean foods. You can also, a lot of people can lose motivation during those off weeks. So you really need to hone things in. This is something that is really good if you have a lot of things going on. So maybe it's summertime and you have a lot of vacations coming up. So you can do a 3, 4 week diet, and then you got your vacation. That's going to be your up week. 2, 3 week diet, then you got your vacation, that's going to be your up week again. This is a great way to implement that. So again, the three methods are going to be the blitz approach. That's going to be just fast, get her done. The marathon approach, slow and steady. Uh, Kind of like bodybuilding style almost. And then the interval approach is the third one, and that's going to be your variable approach. You're going to throw those diet breaks in, and you can throw diet breaks into the marathon approach as well, just in a longer duration. So you can do weekend diet breaks. That's a whole different video. I'll make a video on that. If you're interested in that, drop a comment on that below. If you want to figure out what diet fits your personality best, drop a comment below, just say personality, and I will send you the link to my free personality assessment, and you can see exactly what diet fits with your personality type. Again, that's not factoring in your training, your lifestyle, etc. But comment the word personality or quiz or something. I don't know what you mean. Drop it below, and I'll get that over to you.